This summer, I finally graduated with my degree in English and Sociology. It's been a couple of months now, so I thought it was finally time to tell you guys about the journey and share my experience and reflect on my time at UCD. Hello, welcome to my dorm where I lived for 3 years in college. Also, it's my childhood bedroom. I was gonna wake up early and wake up at 6 a.m. so I could arrive at college at 9 a.m. to show you what the real experience was like, but I ain't doing all that. Also, fuck that journey. I never want to fucking do it in my entire life ever again, but I am doing it for this video. Let me give you a little tour of my college dorm. This is my bed and my messy ass side table. Look at my cute desk with all my photos, my picture wall, some more photos, my coat hanger, books, childhood toys and shit. Me in my dusty ass mirror. This is my childhood bedroom and my college dorm. I am grateful that I was able to live here rent free because it did save me a shit ton of money. Obviously, this means I didn't get your typical college experience because I had to commute from home, which if you didn't know, Ireland has a really bad housing crisis. So most of the people I knew, if they were from Dublin, you had to commute from home. Even if you were from the outskirts of Dublin like I am, unless you're really mega rich or from another county, you would have to commute from home, which is my entire college experience. It's time to commute. Let's get the bus. I'll show you what my college experience was like, and yeah, it's time to go. This is Editing Maria. This is a disclaimer that the audio is going to be kind of fucked up because I just got this mic and I'm not very tech savvy, so it was my first time using it and I had the gain settings kind of fucked up, so the audio is going to be a bit annoying, but I promise I'm going to fix it from now on. I'm sorry. Please bear with me. Anyway. We're gonna be on this bus for the next 2 hours. Okay, so we are on UCD's main campus. Let me show you all the spots where I existed. This is the lake. There are actually 3 lakes on UCD's campus. This is the prettiest one, in my opinion. This was the main entrance to Newman, and this is where all the cool kids smoked and hung out, even though you're not supposed to smoke here. This is where the arts and humanities are all kept, so it's like where all your gay emo people hung out. This is the Newman basement, where I would eat my lunch and sometimes work on my laptop to write essays. These are the fucking back rooms of UCD. They're so creepy, oh my god. But I'm here because I want to tell you a funny story. On my first day of UCD, when I was exploring the campus, I came down one of these wells and I walked into a door and I saw 2 people fucking. So yeah, that was my first experience. I went to college when I was 16 and I had no idea what I would do with my life, like what major I would study or what I wanted to do after I graduated. I did like reading, so I decided to study English, and then I was like, okay, there's no way I'm going to get a job with an English degree, so I tagged on sociology on top of it, hoping that it would make a difference, but we're yet to see because I'm still unemployed and 20, living at my parents' house. That is the Newman Library that I can't get into anymore because my student card has been cancelled. This is the lake where all the students sit during the summer. It's actually really nice in the summer, or like even now it's quite nice. So obviously my experience was a bit different because I had to commute to college, which I didn't get to live on campus, which is like the quintessential college experience. So that kind of sucked. I also worked where I live, which is 2 hours away, so sometimes when I had classes I had to pack up all my things and go home to change into my uniform and then go to work on the same day I had classes, which kind of sucked. My first year of college, when I was 16 and I was freshly out of high school, honestly seems like a big blur. I remember I was really self-conscious about my age and about being 16. I was scared people wouldn't want to be friends with me because I was so young, like they just see me as a little kid. I didn't tell anyone I was 16. I hid it from everyone and pretended I was 17, and then when it was my 17th birthday I didn't tell anyone about it, and I spent it with my childhood best friend who also happened to go to UCD, but I spent it in the locker rooms eating my packed sandwich. So yes. But yeah, I just remember being super self-conscious about that. Despite all these things though, I was having a great time. I loved the artsy environment. Like, I was actually learning English, and I was surrounded by all these people who were passionate about writing and literature, so that was kind of cool. And I did enjoy this kind of artsy atmosphere for the first time in my life that I was in. Although, like, I didn't take college very seriously because I was fucking 16. I would always like skip my classes to go play badminton, which I absolutely fucking loved, which is lucky for me because I ended up meeting my boyfriend there, and I made a whole nice friend group there, so that was nice. Academically, I wasn't good in college. Like, I always struggled in school. I was never academically smart. I always thought that I was good at English because I loved reading and I loved writing, and English was my favorite subject in school, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do great in college when I study English. But it was not like that. Like, I was really shit. So it definitely did kind of squash my confidence when it came to writing. Low-key, it made me get a bit of imposter syndrome, and then I started to believe that I wasn't really good at anything because I was shit at the one thing I thought I was good at. Yeah, it made me kind of just doubt myself a lot. I kind of lost the motivation to do anything creative because I was like, I'm shit anyway, what does it matter? So yeah, that was kind of my first year in a nutshell. This is the UCD sign where I took photos when I graduated. In my second year, I started taking college more seriously. I was 17 for the first 2 months, and then I turned 18, so I was like, okay, I'm officially college age, I belong here, you know, I can't be like slacking off that much anymore. Also, it really helped that I had met my boyfriend, who was an international student, and international students in UCD mostly live on campus, so he would sometimes throw like college campus parties, and he had this whole friend group of international students, and then they would all have like a party at his place, so it honestly felt like the quintessential college experience. Also, because he lived on campus, I got to stay over, which means I didn't have to do the fucking fuck-ass 2-hour commute twice every day, so that really helped me out. This is the health science building. I had a few of my classes here. They were like in these lecture halls here, which I wish I could show you, but they're closed. They have a really cool library, which I wish I could show you, but my UCD card doesn't work anymore. Next up, we're gonna go to where I lived and breathed, which is the sports facility where I played badminton every single day of the week. This is the student center. Take a look. This was actually my first experience in UCD. I went here when I was like 15 to go see my brother's play, which he performed right there, and that was like my first impression of UCD, and I really liked it. But yeah, this is the student center, which is like my favorite part of campus. They have a Olympic-sized swimming pool, which is really cool, and they've got a cinema and obviously theaters as well. There are people in there. I'm not trying to do all that. So I'm sitting in the hallway where the toilets are, where I would get dressed. My dream was to get onto the Division 7 badminton team. Didn't happen, sadly. So in my third year, I was 19, which is like optimum college age. So I was like, okay, no more excuses. Let's get shit together. And I realized that like I was gonna be graduating the same year and I had nothing to fucking show for it. So I started panicking and then signing up for all these like extracurricular stuff. So I would write and submit articles to like the campus newspaper, and then one of my pieces even got accepted as the best nonfiction entry for this like fancy literary journal, which I was really happy about. It honestly made me feel like Rory Gilmore from Gilmore Girls. Yeah, and I was like, okay, I can see myself doing this. I like writing, and maybe I'm not that shit at it. In third year, I finally decided to quit my fuck-ass job, which I worked 4 days a week when I had to fucking commute and skip classes to go to work. It paid really well, and it honestly helped me pay for my education because I paid it completely myself out of pocket. I didn't get a loan from the government, and I didn't ask my parents for any money, not that they could have given me any money. So I had to work. It's not like I had an option. And for a while, this made me feel a little bit bitter about the people who got to just like live on campus and go to classes and, you know, not stress and worry about these things. But it's okay. I mean, we're given the cards that we're dealt. So I accepted that fact. And then I got another job, which was less hours. I think it was like 2 to 3 days a week working at Build-A-Bear, which is a much better environment for me. It was on a fuck-ass grocery store. I worked as an editor and graphic designer for this other journal, which I was really happy and proud of. Yeah, so it gave me a chance to do things that I wanted to. That's kind of how my third year went. Like, not gonna lie, third year kind of sucked because my friends were on Erasmus, so I felt pretty lonely. I never thought I would outgrow college, but then I realized that I'm kind of done. I'm so fucking tired of commuting. I'm so fucking tired of working all the time. And I started thinking like how great it would feel to be free. So then I started really looking forward to graduating and being done.
so nostalgic walking through college. Loki's so pretty. The weather is so nice today. I just completely ate shit falling down that thing because my shoes were so slippery. Fuck, that was so embarrassing. I hope nobody saw. I did really enjoy my time in college. I don't think I would recommend people to go to college at 16 because you're way too young. I suppose it is sad because now that I'm on the campus, I'm like, oh, I'm never going to be here again unless I do a master's. And if I did a master's, I don't think I'd do it in UCD. And now I'm fucking 20. I'm no longer the 16-year-old kid who was in college who didn't give a shit about her future. Like, I'm entering the corporate hellscape, trying to find a job. And it's just like so much more responsibility than it was in college. Like, I'm never going to be carefree again, which is kind of sad. I know a lot of people say that college is a scam. It's not worth it to go to college. And I know loads of people can find success without going to college, and I don't know who I am to preach because I still haven't found any success even though I have a degree. But I still think it's important to pursue education. I think it's always great to be an educated society, to be a world with education, because then we're not closed-minded. You know, education opens minds and you learn and absorb knowledge, which is really important even if you don't end up using your degree in the future. My parents would tell me stories like my dad. He dropped out in school and he still got a great job and he managed to support his whole family. But I just don't think that kind of life is available anymore. You kind of have to go to college. Yeah, I have no regrets. I enjoyed my time, but I'm so excited about my life going forward. I think it's easy to get lost in how daunting everything is and how shit everything has become and how scary the world is, which is true. Like, life is terrifying. I mean, I'm on the cusp of my 20s. I am just freshly 20, so I have this kind of optimism, and I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. This is where I had my first college job, or like my first job ever. I was a catering assistant for the campus restaurant. This restaurant is actually what turned me vegetarian because I thought it was so disgusting. This is the Quinn building where I had some of my philosophy lectures in first year. I just remember these seats being very coveted all the time, and I never actually sat here because they were always so busy and full. I finally get a chance to sit here. They're so nice. I see why people like them. Yeah. Okay, let's get up. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this background. This used to be a really pretty field. God knows what the fuck they're building now. Probably some more student accommodation. I have so much fucking beef with that tiny ass fuck ass Centra. Fuck that place. It's not unreasonable beef either. They built the tiniest, this Centra is new, it's like 3 years old. They built the tiniest, like absolutely most minuscule Centra on like one of the biggest campuses in Ireland. Like, that place is a hellscape when it's peak hours and people are getting lunch. Also, their like selection of food is atrocious. When I would stay over with my boyfriend and we wanted to cook meals, we had like nothing to eat because they only sold like spring onions and like lettuce, and it's like, what the fuck can I make with this? Come on. Since I'm kind of hungry, I'm gonna show you what I would usually eat on campus. I was really broke, so most of the times I would make my own food, but if I was lazy, I would eat this like Nordic granola pot, which is pretty good. And alongside that, I also had a focaccia bun. This was €4.50 altogether. The focaccia bun is kind of mid. I'm kind of cold, so I'm gonna eat this inside. I just wanted to film me eating it. I'm not doing that shit inside because that's a humiliation ritual. If you carry like a big ass fucking camera like this around, people look at you, they stare at you, which is really embarrassing. So that was a comprehensive tour of my experience in UCD. I'm out of here. I had a great time. I don't think I'll be back here anytime soon. Thanks, UCD, for all these experiences, and bye-bye. I'm heading to the bus stop now for the 2-hour ride home to apply to more jobs. Wish me luck.